Breaking news, as President Trump is doubling down on his positive tone around cryptocurrencies and even promised that he would release Russ Albrecht. Also, we have Lido entering the cosmos and announcing the launch of Drop, which is going to be a liquid staking protocol launched on Neutron. And also, we're going to be talking about whether the Cosmos airdrop meta narrative is over or if there's still more airdrops that are coming. But let's go one by one and actually start with this major news that Donald Trump is now shilling crypto left and right. And let's actually hear exactly what he has to say.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
And with that, he's also acknowledging that there are 50 million crypto holders in the USA. And obviously, he's saying that to get those votes. Crypto is now on the political stage and is going to be a major component of this year's elections and all the rallies that are leading up to it. And Trump has started this last week. Then the Democrats passed the FIT21 bill and also the Ethereum Spot ETF against all odds and to the surprise of everyone in our industry. But that's not all. Trump also said that he would free Russ Albrecht, the creator of Silk Road, which if you don't know what Silk Road is, please go watch a documentary on YouTube or Netflix or wherever. Russ Albrecht was giving a life sentence in prison. He already served 11 years. And Trump just said this about him.
And if you vote for me on day one, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served.
Now, on the side note, we just did another $252 million inflows on the US BTC Spot ETF alone, with BlackRock getting $182 million on Friday alone, and about to flip Grayscale now to become the largest ETF spot provider in the world. This marks yet another massive green day for the Bitcoin spot ETF flows, and the Ethereum spot ETF is around the corner. We're anticipating around mid to late June to start trading for the Ethereum spot ETF, and then we would see that where the flows are landing. Obviously, this is going to be much smaller. People are saying maybe a fifth, maybe even a tenth of the flows from Bitcoin. But if it was a fifth or a tenth, this would mean massive buy pressure on a daily basis. And putting this all into context, we have massive increase in demand through the ETFs that basically are the liquidity gates that we urgently needed to kind of revive the liquidity and excitement and the credibility and legitimacy around crypto. And we just had the halving, which basically cut the emissions of new BTC in half. So we lowered the block rewards from 6.25 to 3.125 BTC per block every 10 minutes that are going to be mined, which is basically the emission rate or the inflation rate. And on Ethereum, considering the EIP 1559 implementation that also introduced a token burn, we have even slower emissions and issuance of new ETH. Currently, we are at 990,000 ETH per year. So even if the ETF flows would be much, much lower for Ethereum, we would still probably see a pump in price and daily buy pressure, considering also that the inflation here is much lower. Anyways, this is great to see. Lower supply, increased demand with elections, presidents that are now talking about it, and crypto is going to be a major theme on the political stage this year. We also have other nation states that are more positively embracing crypto, like Hong Kong as well, El Salvador, countries in South America, even in Europe. So we're going to see more and more positivity and adoption and embracing around crypto around the world. The race is on. Looking into the daily price action in the Cosmos ecosystem today, we're seeing slightly down. Everything is red today, 1.5%, 1.3%. Nothing major, but also quite boring to see this price action. Celestia is the only one that's up here, 1.1%. And we also got dymension, 2.8%. But besides that, yeah, everything is pretty much in the reds. Now, we do have some major announcements, which is also why I want to get this video out here on a lazy Sunday, because I think this is important. So this came out Friday night, fresh off the press, the announcement of Drop. Drop is going to be a new liquid staking protocol that is part of the Lido Alliance and is going to be deployed on top of Neutron. So this is going to be a new liquid staking contender. It's actually getting very, very cozy now in the liquid staking field in Cosmos. We obviously have Stride that is still market leaders. We also have P-Stake, we have Milky Way that is now optimized also for the modular ecosystem, and Milky Way also, by the way, just announced their modular restaking platform. So they're also now evolving into this restaking field. Then we also have Nebula that was announced specifically to be a liquid staking solution for Dymension. And now we have Drop, which is a liquid staking provider, basically by core contributors that built Lido. And Lido inarguably is the most successful DeFi application in the world with around $30 billion in TVL. So Lido is now coming to the Cosmos by launching Drop on Neutron as an integrated application for liquid staking, but also beyond that, from what it reads like, they also want to build more stuff around it. So going to be interesting to see how Drop differentiates to solutions like Stride, how they coexist. Is there another drama on the horizon? But yeah, those are all questions that we're going to see materialize over the next couple of weeks and months. Now, so I want to bring your attention to Persistence. You know, they are one media partners here, but also I've been in touch with the team since I started my crypto journey. And, you know, back in the day, Abitej and even Tushar, they have also been instrumental to help me connect in the Cosmos ecosystem, teach me stuff, what they're doing. They've been way, way ahead of the curve for liquid staking years before it actually became very, very big. And Persistence is now evolving more and more. They announced restaking, obviously, and now they're going to also align more and more with Bitcoin. So they're very bullish on BTC-Fi Bitcoin Finance, which is a new category that is actually going to be super big this year. We also have a full-on Bitcoin track at Cosmos this year, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, they just announced Wrapped BTC that is now live on Persistence. So they're aligning more with that. And there's also liquidity now on Dexter, which is an integrated DEX on the Persistence One chain. Also, P-Stake, which is their token for the liquid staking protocol, is now available on Base. So they're also branching more and more out of Cosmos, which is great to see. And also a milestone achievement, Dexter Zone crossed $20 million in on-chain volume, as well as new incentives for SDK XPRT, their liquid staking solution for the XPRT coin that is now live on Dexter. Speaking of Dexter, I told you about it a lot in the past couple of weeks and months. There is very nice yield farming opportunities, especially for those incentivized pools around LST pairs, SDK Atom, but also SDK XPRT here, 42% in rewards. And this is good where you can probably farm some decent rewards, even in stablecoin pools like this one, USDT, incentivized with 13% in XPRT. So this is definitely one to check out if you want to yield farm a little bit. And the P-Stake price itself, like I said, they have a dual token system basically. P-Stake has been actually pumping recently. They are now at around 8.7 cents, which implies a $44 million market cap, and also has decent trading volumes over $1 million on the daily. And then XPRT itself is actually almost getting flipped by P-Stake, $52 million in FTV and only $100,000 in daily trading volume. But I think both of these tokens are going to capture value as they are rolling out their SDK BTC solution. And obviously, Bitcoin Finance is going to be highly competitive. Even within the Cosmos ecosystem, we now saw already a couple of announcements, like Osmosis is going to leverage Babylon for Bitcoin staking, Lorenzo Protocol and the Cosmos Hub, and more liquid staking providers and so on that are optimized for Bitcoin using Babylon mostly. So Babylon is actually going to be the biggest winner here from the Cosmos side at least. But we're going to wait and see. Persistence is in a good position. They're well-funded. They have a large team. They've been around forever. They have a strong network of VCs, of investors. And but they need to really capitalize now on this opportunity because that market cap is still extremely, extremely low. And so far, if you look at the chart, this has been completely destroyed. And they have never seen any pump in this pre-bull run that we're currently in. So they completely missed the boat on that. But yeah, we'll see. This is still one that I think has potential to pull an INJ move eventually. But yeah, there's a lot of things that need to kind of come together and fit together. Now, I want to briefly talk about the airdrop meta. Like I said, I think a lot of people now are getting impatient. You know, TR price went down from $20 to $9. Dymension price went down from 8 to now $2.80. Saga went down from 6 to 2 something. So everyone is like, man, you know, all these airdrop meta narratives are all not playing out. But the truth is, the past 3 months have just been brutal, right? They've just been brutal. The market's just been chopping around, and people started to really get frustrated with this price behavior. And also, to be honest, in those environments, people are always trying to find someone to blame. So there's been a lot of drama recently, not only in Cosmos, but in all crypto, also in the Ethereum community with Eigenlayer and their airdrop and their advisory stuff. So yeah, it's just across the board. It's been a little bit brutal in the past couple of months, but that's exactly where you should be doubling down on your research. And yes, it sounds like a meme, and I've been saying this forever, but this is also what crypto is all about, right? It's like, I always say 95% suffering and pain and frustration, and you are bored and price going down and everyone is blaming each other and it's finger pointing and infighting. But it's those people that really go through that and they see through that, and they also understand psychology to a certain degree, human behavior, human basics. And if you just see through that and you don't waste your time engaging with all of that stuff, you don't waste your time getting dragged down and getting on, you know, onto the train, trying to blame others for your own investment decisions or for your own backs that you're holding, right? In most cases, prices are just going down because there's not enough demand. And the true market value of a coin will materialize over multiple years, over multiple cycles, not within 6 months, not within 12 months, not within 1 or 2 years. But yeah, crypto is just highly volatile, so get used to that. Position yourselves in times like these where things are really at max drama, max infighting. That's where you really need to position yourselves. And if you don't believe in a project anymore because of XYZ, then just replace that back with something that you believe in more. It's as simple as that. Anyways, talking about airdrops, no, I don't think the airdrop meta is over. I think Tia, Dymension, Saga, even Atom are still strong coins to hold and base tokens for airdrops for this next airdrop season that is coming, because all of these launches are also holding back. They're not going to launch in this market environment where it's all negative, it's all down, sentiment is super low, engagement is super low, reach is super low. They're not launching at these times. They're launching when things turn around, when things are bullish again, when people are bullish. So that's where all of these airdrops are going to come out. And Crown Network is one of them. Crown Network is a play-to-earn game that is now giving out also an airdrop to dime stakers. So you get a share of that 20% airdrop here, most of which is going to dime stakers, to be more precise, 60%. So 100 million crowd tokens are going to dime stakers. Do I know anything about the project? Not really, to be honest. I don't know much. I don't know anything about the team. I don't know much about the tokenomics. I'm just documenting and sharing with you that you are aware that you are most likely getting an airdrop if you are staking dime. Then also another airdrop that we're kind of waiting on for years now is Nomic. Full disclosure, I'm an investor. I got a small ticket on Nomic 2.5 years ago, long time. And we're also running a validator with stake C2 on Nomic since the early days. And yeah, to be honest, I'm a bit puzzled. I'm not sure why this project is standing right now. I feel like they also missed the past 6 months to launch and capture some value, especially around the Bitcoin hype that's been going on. But yeah, it still makes sense to, I guess, compound your $0 worth of NOM, which you can do here on app.nomic.io/staking. You see, I haven't claimed mine in a while, but yeah, I'm probably also just gonna keep it liquid now and see if this thing is gonna launch, and then yeah, see what's gonna happen with it. But yeah, Nomic has been in a very strong position, in my opinion, but they haven't really capitalized. Also, to be honest, I'm a bit frustrated by their communications, because I think it's not that hard to like at least sometimes share some updates on what they're doing. Anyways, we also have some news from Mantra Chain, the OM airdrop from the Hongbai testnet. Hongbai, by the way, stands for Hong Kong and Dubai, where you can you have 2 more days. So May 28, I'm a bit late here to cover that, but you still have enough time to do this testnet challenge. And Rob Inwoods made a great explainer here on how you can participate there and how you can do that using Leap Wallet and how you get OM tokens using the faucet and all those kind of things. So check that out as well. We're also, by the way, running a validator with StakeC2 on Mantra chain. And I'm very excited to see Mantra launching their mainnet soon. OM itself currently trading at 66 cents, also been slightly down from the roughly $1 highs here a couple of weeks ago. But still, this chart is one of the more beautiful ones in this cycle. So that implies a roughly $600 million FTV. They've been around for many years. They went through a full redistribution of their token. So it's good to see that, Mantra is at those levels already at this phase of the market and is going to launch the Cosmos chain very, very soon. Next up, we also have some updates from Saga. And yes, I think some people are frustrated from the recent price movement. But to be honest, I also think that if Saga launched at, $1 or 80 cents and went up to now $2.40, which is where it currently is, I think everybody would be super happy. Whereas how it launched at $6 and it went down for the first couple of weeks only to like now $2.40. It's all about perspective. Where are you coming from? Where is it going to? But if Saga now goes to $10, everybody would love it again. And to us, I think this is also where Saga is headed. If we're going to see a gaming season, if we're going to see a Cosmos season, which we're inevitably going to see, we're going to see a massive Cosmos season sooner or later. And we're going to see a gaming season 100% as well sooner or later. And Saga is the one. Saga is the gaming coin in Cosmos, if you will. Now, there were also a few accusations from other team members, from other teams, finger pointing infinitely, like I said earlier. All childish drama in my view. But the point is that Saga is launching in a phased rollout, which is very common in our industry. They have 6 phases. We're currently in phase 1, which is where only the Saga security chain is live, the main chain, where you can also stake, validators are securing the network, the Saga token is being rolled out. And there's going to be multiple phases that go all the way to phase 6, in which both the platform chain and all chainlets are fully secured by the validator side. So there's going to be a very, very slow phased rollout, and it's going to take a couple more months until we're all there. And Rebecca also shared a quick video here on updates around Saga and said that the first games are going to launch imminently. So we're literally just days, maybe weeks, probably days away. Also remember that there's the consensus conference happening, I think in Austin in Texas. So there might be also something that they are coordinating to launch there. They also have their own event there, so might make sense to announce it at the conference. Don't forget that there's also going to be an airdrop for each of these games that are launching, because as chainlets, many of them have their own tokens. Some of them don't, and they're only using Saga, but many of them will have their own token. And the first airdrops for the Saga gaming ecosystem will be distributed through Vault 2 in the over 9,000 campaign here. So this is coming soon, it's already here. And snapshots are, I think, still not taken yet. And as always with Saga, I think it makes sense to always increase your stake, compound your stake, and also restake the airdrop that you're getting. So far we got 2 Saga airdrops, Vault 1 and the Saga airdrop itself. And now we're getting the Vault 2 airdrop, which I think is going to be mostly Saga ecosystem projects, so games, and maybe also a redistribution from the Saga airdrop from the previous round, Vault 1, which wasn't claimed. If you're wondering what all these games are and where you can find more information about them, you can come here and you can click on Innovators, and you can see a full overview here with categories, which cohort they joined, what industry and vertical they're in. Because yes, it's mostly games, but it's also not only games, right? You also have NFT and entertainment, you have infrastructure projects, you have even DeFi protocols like Astrovault, and others in the DeFi space, in the NFT space, and even in the AI space. So yeah, definitely makes sense to check out the Saga ecosystem, because it's quite a big one, and you'll be getting a better feeling on what Saga is all about. And this really is my philosophy. The Cito philosophy is actually to not finger point, not infight. We're all so early. This is all brand new, experimental. Everything is an experiment in the end of the day. And I feel like a lot of people sometimes are too fast in jumping to conclusions. They don't really have all the information. I'm also puzzled sometimes, to be honest, how people that I know for a fact do not have information that basically would enable them to have a valid opinion about something, right? But still, people are sometimes out there presenting their opinions as if they were facts. And this is a bit harmful, in my opinion. It causes a lot of division. It causes a lot of infighting. I think this is something that is not native to Cosmos, but I think it's extreme in Cosmos, and that's very unfortunate, right? So I wish all of them the best. I'm an investor in Saga. I'm not an investor in Dymension, but I still love Dymension. I want them to succeed. I want Barachain to succeed. I want everyone in Cosmos to succeed. I want Atom to succeed. I want Archway and Axelar and all of them to succeed. So we're still early. Yes, there are maybe some projects in Cosmos and crypto that are blatant scams where it's built on lies. And yes, there are these projects. And yes, sometimes it's hard to detect them. It's sometimes hard to kind of not fall for it. But I think, especially in Cosmos, we have such a strong builders ecosystem. That's really what what brought me into the ecosystem in the first place, is the welcoming kind of culture and vibes that I got from the likes of Jack Semplin, who onboarded me into Cosmos, but then also the rest of the builders, right? Greg Ozuri from Akash, Shane from Stargaze, all of these people have welcomed me in the industry. And that's something that in the Cosmos ecosystem, I should say. And that's something I haven't seen in other ecosystems. So I think we need to get back to the roots of the Cosmos culture, which is, embrace all mindshare, embrace all positivity and each other's success. We need to start celebrating each other's victories instead of carrying around and just bitch around and whine around, right? Eventually, we're building the Internet of Chains, the Internet of Blockchains, the AppChain thesis, IBC, the interoperability standard. I also think that Picasso deserves a lot more love for what they're doing with Solana IBC and Ethereum IBC and Polkadot IBC and IBC everywhere. So, but yeah, we're still early and we need to get more back to this spirit, more back to the roots of Cosmos, which is embracing each other, supporting each other, and celebrating each other's victories. Anyways, for next week, I want you to put Stride on your watch list. Well, I had a call with Riley the other day, and they have some announcements lined up for next week. So watch out for that, especially in the beginning of next week. Stride itself, currently at $1.58, got really, really slammed over the past couple of weeks and months after this $7 pump here in February of 2024. That was a massive pump, and since then, it's been going down only. So we are now roughly 80% below all-time highs in just 4 months. But yeah, Stride itself now has a $136 million TVL. And they have been highly successful on their TIA campaign, on their Dime campaign, on their Saga campaign. Also, as always, look out for ongoing airdrops here on the Stride website. You see app.stride.zone/airdrop. There's also a lot more that, you might be eligible if you're staking Atom, if you're staking Osmo, if you're staking some, either of these Cosmos chains, even Ejective, then you might be eligible for that airdrop. Anyways, that's all for today. Lazy Sunday. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you are happy for other people's successes and victories, whether that's a builder, whether that's a YouTuber, whether that's anybody. Just embrace each other. Don't fight around and bitch around like little kids. It's really, I don't know, just waste of time in my opinion. So I'm not sure where this is getting at. But yeah, it is what it is. That's also probably the nature of humans. And some humans do feel intimidated by other success, whether it's a content creator, whether it's a conference organizer, a builder, a founder, everything, right? It's just how it is. But yeah, enjoy the Sunday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, stay safe and be good.